Hi guys, updated how things are going. I haven't posted since Christmas, mainly because there's no change in my knee. I was at the hospital last week and I was hoping to get the splint off, but as I said, it could be 4 weeks. I've got a different splint on now. We were going to do it last week, but my knee was still quite tender and swollen. It's quite still a bit swollen, so I left it another week. I've got a shorter splint on now, which is I've just got on this morning. So far, it's a lot more comfortable. One of the main reasons I changed the splint was because the other one's a full leg and was starting to make me leg ache a lot. And I was having to wear it 24/7, which means also in bed. The only time I could take it off was if I was in the bath or a shower. I couldn't really manage the bath very anyway, so it was mainly in a shower on a shower stool, sitting down. Um, so I've got a shorter splint on now. I've got to wear this 24/7. We'll look at it again next week, with the possibility of putting us in either the brown knee brace, what I normally wear post, what I've worn post op and during injuries in the past, for night time when I'm in bed. But any walking, I'll have to wear this. Probably 4 weeks, I think. Could be longer, as I said. In my last video, you'll notice I was using my asthma inhaler. My asthma, I was actually after the rest of that day was a bit wheezy. I was quite not too bad, but the next day I was really bad with my asthma. I had actually quite a bad asthma attack. I ended up having to go to hospital for that. And they kept put us on like a proper nebulizer, and that settled it down over the course of a couple of hours. But they kept us in overnight just to be safe. Yeah. Over the following week, my chest wasn't too good because I had a bit of a chest infection. It was tied back to the cold. Now it's fine. I had a bit of an angina attack last Thursday. Not too bad, not as bad as the one I had previously. I didn't have to go to the hospital or anything like that, but it was quite a bad one. It was still bad, but not too bad. I just got up on the morning. I was getting out of bed, and I could feel the chest the pain coming on, and I have a spray with us all next to my bed, and I used that, and it seemed to. And I give it 5 minutes. I got up, went to stand up, and it came on again. And I thought, oh no, not again. And I used it again, and I sort of sat back down for another 5, 10 minutes, and after that, Since then, it's been fine. It's only a couple of days, but it's one of them things that comes and goes. Unfortunately, there's not a great deal I can do about it. My knee's starting to slowly heal. They said it's going to be quite a long process because of the other damage to the knee and the fact that there's arthritis in that knee. But I had a review last week, and talked us all through it, and they said they've had a good look at the video they took of my knee when they were doing the scope, because it was keyhole surgery, so it was a knee scope for Classidars, and they said my knee was quite stiff at times and stiffening up and locking up, and they think that was actually down to the cartilage problem. So they said once my knee starts to get a bit more strengthened, they're going to do some quite bit of physiotherapy with it. I may lose a lot of the stiffness in the knee which I've had, so he is hoping anyway. They did try a little bit of physiotherapy with us last week, and just by sort of sitting us on the bed and sort of, I can't do it because I've got the splint on, and just sort of getting us to bend my knee a little bit, but it was, I could do. I'll put them there for now. I want to fall over. I could, whereas my other knee, I can get to about that. I can't fully bend that knee either because it's got a bit wear and tear in it. Whereas that knee, I was getting it about I could only sort of really bend it so it was at a slight angle, and sort of took the. Obviously, they had to take the splint off and had a special brace thing, support thing on. I x-rayed it after to make sure they hadn't done any damage, which I hadn't. And they tried to stand us up with just a brace, nothing on my knee, just on the crutches. And as soon as I put my weight on it, it felt as if my knee was just going to give way. And they tried it with a brace, which is what I normally wear post op. And I said, "How did I feel?" And I said, "It doesn't feel quite so much of it wants to give way, but it doesn't feel at all stable." So they said, "Right, yeah." They said, "We were just trying, hoping to get you out of the splint." So I said, "We'll measure you up for a new one, which is slightly shorter. It's going to be a bit more comfortable to wear." So I'll show you in that. As far as walking, in the house, I'm walking around without the crutches. I tend to use them to help us to get up, because when you can't bend your knee, it's quite hard to actually get out of the chair. Plus the fact my back's giving us bother at the moment. Just started up actually this morning. I don't know why particularly. I don't know. I'm just hoping it's not the sciatica again, but could be. I haven't put anything on it at the moment because I'm gonna. I'm not really doing out today, so I'll just show you how I'm getting around. I'll get hold of my crutches again. I feel like I'm joining at the hip with these lately, but I'll explain about my walking when I get back. I use them. I walk with them at first, as I always do. Move that out there. I can fully weight bear. I can fully weight bear on it. So I'll have to come over a bit closer to show you it. Let's hold that down a bit. It's only going. It's quite a bit shorter to the previous one I've had. It's not a massive amount shorter, but it is shorter. So far, it feels a lot more comfortable. I'll show you walking without the crutches. I'll just put them there. Just pick the one up just to help it sit down. I'm just wearing like what they call croc shoes on the feet because they're not the most warm shoes, but they're very easy to slip on and off when when you can't bend your knee. As far as walking, around the house, I'm not using these at all. I tend to have one crutch with us just to help us get out the chair. When I get out of bed in the morning, I tend to use them because my other knee's giving us a bit. My other knee's sometimes a bit stiff in the morning, so I don't want to risk doing anything like that. If I have a shower or anything like that, obviously I don't have a splint on. It'd be nice when I can get in the bath again, because if I do that, it eases me back. I would love to do it today because my back's aching quite a bit, but I think it's just aches and pains with that, nothing major. So, like as far as walking, if I'm in the house, as I'm not using them at all, I tend to use one crutch to help us get up out the chair. Just it makes life a little teeny weensy bit easier, and I'm not risking any damage. If I'm going out anywhere, I tend to depends how far I'm going. If I'm just going up to there's a shop about a couple of minutes walk away or hobble away from me at the moment. But if I'm just going there, I tend to unless it's icy or anything like that, I tend to just walk without them. I can go a short distance out. If I walk too far without them, my leg does start to ache more. As far as weight bearing, I'm 99.99% of the time I'm walking on the leg, which is a very good sign. But as I said, it's probably going to be really till I'm like fully or as fit as it's going to get. We're looking at probably about maybe 3 months before I'm maybe probably walking fully unaided again. As far as working in the shop which my wife and I have got, if I'm there, I tend to have the crutches with us because if I'm on my feet a long time, my leg does start to ache quite a bit. So just rather than risking doing any damage, I tend to, to be honest, I tend to keep it set at the shop anyway because I bought a set last year when I had a bad back actually because I struggled I done something to my back. And getting in and out the car was quite uncomfortable. So, but if I was just going short distance, I could manage to walk. So, I tend to find that I was at the shop. So, I have a spare set at the shop. Sometimes I'll just use a walking stick. The other day, Saturday, went out for a meal, and I thought, like my wife says, "Are you taking your crutches?" I said, "No." I said, "I'll be all right." I said, "We're going into. Should we get your leg in?" Because obviously, it's hard to get my leg in and out. So luckily we've got a high car, so it's not too bad. So I'll just I think I'll just want to take a stick to help us manage, and I did, and I managed better than I thought I would. Um, the hardest thing really is getting up and down stairs, because obviously I can't bend this knee. Um, I'd say I've done a little bit physio last week, and I've done a little bit today. And I said I think I bent last week about did say a poundage and was at 1.5 poundages higher this week where I bent it before I didn't want to bend any further. So said that's good. So things are looking positive, and I'll just have to be very, very careful with it, which I'm trying to be. But a lot of this is down to the fact that I played a lot of sport when I was younger, and a lot of the time I played when I was injured, which I shouldn't have done. And I would maybe injure my knee not necessarily in sport, but in other ways because it was weak. I would just ignore it and let it hope it would heal. And 9 times out of 10 it didn't. I'd end up having to go to the doctors after a week or so. By then, I'd maybe lost some healing time, but that's how things are going. I hope everyone out there is doing well. Thank you for everyone who's commented on the videos asking how I'm doing. It's much appreciated. If anyone's got any comments they want answered, please feel free to post them. I will answer them when I can. But for now, and anyone out there who's injured and looking for inspiration, because I'm suffering so much, it doesn't say you will. If you take heed of your doctor's advice, rest when you're supposed to, especially when you're younger. Don't rush back into sport too quick. You should be all right. But it's one of them things. But that's all for today, guys. Thank you. Bye.